I've been in this work for a really long time, a really, really, really long time. I've dedicated my life to it. I've traveled the world, but I, you know, it's been wonderful and it's been hard. But I've been in a lot of rooms with a lot of people, and I want to be clear, right? When you hear activists, you're like, rabble rouser, sure. I've slept in basements and, garage sofas that smelled like cat piss and church floors, church basements. I've also slept in really nice hotels and had been able to fly bougie occasionally here and there. But what you might know less of is that I've been in every kind of room you can imagine, right? So I've trained studio execs. I facilitated lectures and talks from everywhere from, SOAS to Duke to Cornell, whatever, right? There is something that I've experienced over and over and over again, which is, I find really interesting. There is always some kind of awareness in the context that this comes up, right? Because a lot of this, a lot of the work I do, this isn't the relevant thing. This isn't coming up. But again, when identity has come up, and particularly Black identity, there is an acknowledgement for anybody who is thinking, right? Again, I'm in rooms, I'm talking about these good faith spaces, right? There's an acknowledgement that Black Americans experience the most visceral, undue, unjust, systemic abuse historically and today more poignantly than any other singular population, right? And again, I would include, obviously, indigenous folks, but that's not part of the American lexicon, right? And saying land back isn't actually it, believe it or not. There's more to it. And the best agenda to see that through would obviously be a Black political agenda. How do I know? Go back to Reconstruction. Black folks who were freed in the North were like, yeah, we'll fight in your war. Here's our terms and demands, which amazing considering they had been spent 400 some odd years being abused in every way you can possibly imagine, more brutal, so brutal that it offended the sensibilities of those people it wasn't even happening to, right? Which was why we had an anti-slavery movement. Very similar to anti-ICE, right? I don't want to see it. It's fine that it's happening. I don't want to work to get the funding cut. I'm going to say it should, but I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm not going to target DHS or any detention center that is open or will be opening soon, but I don't want to see it. Something that comes up over and over again is that even though they acknowledge it, there's a resentment like, oh, are we going to do this again?